Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen up, ladies and gentlemen, right? We have quite a bit of news surrounding Kaspa. We are going to talk about Kaspa's technical analysis as well, and we will be diving into a few other things. So, without further ado, let's just jump right into it, right? So, the first thing we will talk about is pretty much Kaspa's news. We can see that pretty much Michael said last night fully featured crescendo activation on small devnet with some code stuff, right? We can see I personally don't know what any of this means. I obviously all the coding, I'm not a coder, but we can see that you know they are getting ready, right? Someone said, what's the ETA for TN10 to become the best version of Kaspa? Monday/Tuesday next week. So pretty damn exciting times for Kaspa. We know that we saw the crescendo layout, we saw the blueprint pretty much, and we saw how they're going to be pretty much improving Kaspa very, very well and fast over the next few months, which obviously, ladies and gentlemen, is going to impact Kaspa's future price. Now, right now, here's the thing, right? I am super, super excited about that. I think personally, before all this news and innovation comes out with Kaspa, I think right now is going to be the most optimal time to be buying your coins, to be buying Kaspa. We obviously will be talking about buying zones and where I think Kaspa will be going in the very near future in terms of, is it going to dump a little bit further? Is it going to pump up? What is happening with crypto, right? We can see this instant confirmations, right? This is part of the Kaspa 11. Instant confirmations. Kaspa is the only proof of work network that scales down confirmation time to network latency scale, providing internet fast responsiveness for transactions and for smart contracts, right? We talked about this before, right? They have this little like cheat sheet where you could go through absolutely everything. Another thing I want to talk about Kaspa, ladies and gentlemen, is that there is another listing, right? I know some people are concerned because they want just Binance and Coinbase right away, and I get it, right? I get it, but you have to realize those things take time. Sometimes there's behind the scenes stuff. Sometimes the negotiations don't go through. It's not as easy as it just seems like from the outside. So I do believe it will happen, but it might just take some time. But we can see they got listed with this exchange, so that is what we like to see. But ladies and gentlemen, there is more, because you can see another swap listing from CoinoSwap, right? So we can see pretty damn solid, right? Pretty damn solid. This is what we like to see. These are the types of wins I like to see for coin, especially when things are going down, especially when there's not much to do. This coin is doing a lot, right? We can see in terms of coding, we saw some from Michael. We know that next week, Monday, Tuesday, should be the first of the 10 BPS and etc. Right? We know that is happening, so we will see how everything's going to be getting tested out next week. And yeah, two more exchange listings in the meanwhile. So pretty solid news, right? Really excited for this project. Almost at 246,000 followers, which this isn't anything wow. Well, the amount is, but followers aren't gonna make or break a coin. But it's always nice to see Kaspa growing. If we actually go to Kaspa on coin market cap before we go on to the charts, we can see that we're at 2 billion market cap, 50 million volume. So we have dropped some volume in the last 24 hours, but that's okay. Not really worried. We can see the exchanges we're on. We're on pretty big exchanges. We're not on, like I said, Coinbase and Binance, but that is okay. And we can see, right? We can see that we have been holding pretty damn solid, generally speaking. We're already at 2 billion market cap without the help of the other exchanges. So we don't even need them technically, right? We don't even need them, right? Kaspa has made waves without them, and they will continue to make waves with or without them. But trust me, they will get listed eventually. So we can see the all-time market cap was actually at 5 billion, which is actually really, really great when you think about it. For me, there's a lot of institutional play behind this. I believe, all this accumulation is not a coincidence. Kaspa has one of the most unique market structures out there. When we go to something like the actual charts, ladies and gentlemen, right now for me is a fantastic time to be buying. We are at relevant support zones. We could wick a little bit lower, right below 8 cents, but generally speaking, great time to be dollar cost averaging. I know a lot of people are scared about the market. For me, I'm not that scared, to be honest. I will say, technically, in terms of technical analysis, right? We broke structure, right? Because this whole zone was massive, right? This whole zone is massive. Technically, it's a little bit lower, something like this to make it perfect, pretty much, right? So we can see we had this zone of roughly 10 cents, upwards of 11 cents, and we were holding it for pretty much a very, very long time. Okay, we were holding it for over a year and we're bouncing up and down. And then eventually, ladies and gentlemen, right, we broke through, we broke structure. Then over the next couple days and weeks, we were retesting it. We failed. Now, did it fail because of Kaspa or did it fail because the whole market was suffering? For me, this was not a Kaspa issue. This was simply a market issue, right? We saw the whole market kind of just explode and Kaspa has went down. Now I will say Kaspa has been suffering a little bit more compared to other coins, right? Something like even like Turbo, a meme coin, is up, holding very well. In fact, its Turbo was recovering really well, while Kaspa is somewhere near the bottoms of, near support and potentially going into this wick. So, you know, I wish it was doing a little bit better, but it's not that concerning. For me to get some bullish confirmation, real bullish confirmation, we would have to break above this 10 cent, 11 cent area to get genuine long-term bullish confirmation. Until then, on this smaller time frame, we would have to start breaking structure starting from here, right? Because we can see that let's just say from here, high, we have a low, lower high, lower low, and etc. We could see we are just kind of going like this, lower low, again a lower low, and eventually, we are coming down and we are slowing down. So I would like to see something where we break above structure and kind of just start taking out these highs. However, even if we go back up to here, if we fail to go above this zone, then we are still technically bearish. However, if we do go from this zone back somewhere down here, but we kind of hold, then that's also going to be a great sign, because then we would, on a higher time frame, get a higher low, and we will go from bearish to pretty much accumulation. So that is what we want to see from Kaspa. If things are going to turn out more negative and not the way we want them to go, then we would have to see, this structure around 8 cents get broken through, right? Get broken through, retest, respect it, and then continue going down, right? I don't really think that's going to happen, right? If it were to happen, the thing is we have a lot of imbalance over here and we don't have real structure until we hit 5.5 cents. So if we were to fail, right, holding that zone, then we would go back to 5.5 cents. However, that would be roughly the current price we're at right now. That would be a 40% drop. Now, see, Bitcoin has been suffering, right? Bitcoin has been suffering, but it would require a lot for us to get wrecked, right? Not only would Bitcoin have to go down a lot, right? Which it shouldn't, Bitcoin shouldn't really go back down to this area's maximum somewhere here. 20%, altcoins always suffer more. We'd also have to get double slammed with Bitcoin dominance going through the roof, okay? Bitcoin dominance going through the roof in order to really get slammed. So I really doubt Kaspa is going to go back to 5.5 cents. It is very, very unlikely. Things are overall still very bullish for me on a higher time frame in terms of crypto and Bitcoin and everything. Technically, this is just a correction. Technically, something with Bitcoin, which I'm talking about Bitcoin because it is relevant to Kaspa, right? Bitcoin can come back down to these levels, respect them, start going back up, and we still have higher time frame bullish confirmation. So that is that. This price, this dump that happened didn't really bother me. Too much. I know some coins went down, but honestly, the beginning of February was way worse. Last thing I want to talk about before I forget is not this, but this. In terms of monthly candles, ladies and gentlemen, right, we did break below, like I said, a huge zone, right? Pretty much you can see on the monthly, the huge support zone is roughly that area we're talking about, that 10-11 cent mark. Um, so it's going to be interesting how it plays out. I really doubt things are just going to turn around in 1 or 2 days for it to become a big rejection. We would like to see it become a big rejection, right? If the next day can recover a good amount, and this becomes kind of a candle like the way we had over here back in January of 2024, right, where it ends up as a big rejection, then that's actually a very big bullish confirmation. But until we get that, it is not. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.